Welcome back to the Rory Talks Arsenal YouTube channel. Welcome back to the Burnley Preview. It's a Friday. It's the weekend. It's Halloween, which is fun. And Arsenal play tomorrow. So I hope you're all doing well. I hope you've had a good week. And there's plenty of you here to kick things off. By the way, before we even started the stream, Pigeonhead gifted a membership. So thank you very, very much to Pigeonhead. Absolute legend. And if you were gifted by Pigeonhead, please do make sure to thank him in the chat. Hyper is here. You love to see it. Saka Sam says, welcome to the Goon Room. Unbelievable. VV Vlad's here. Shay Anel Minister. Carter. Saka is God. Jim's here. Jim Heap. Logical Nonsense. Good to see you. I hope you're doing well. Emil is here as well. Welcome, welcome. Happy Halloween. Happy Halloween indeed. I am dressing as Dexter for Halloween tonight. So, yeah. We'll see how that goes. Anyone else? Anyone else doing anything for Halloween tonight? What are you dressing as if you are? What arena are you in Clash Royale? I don't know what the arena... I'm sat at 13,000 trophies. I'm sat at 13,000 trophies, whatever that is. The Dexter costume, you should say I'm a very neat monster constantly, and they will get pissed. Yeah, there are a lot of things I could say, to be fair. I'm Switzerland. That's another one. Dressed as a pirate now while listening. You'll love to see it. You'll love to see it. This is my first time catching it. Ryan, welcome. Welcome to the streams. Live most days at 5 p.m. Is Rory going to go live in a Dexter costume? I did think about it. I did think about doing the stream in the Dexter costume. But I didn't, clearly. So that's a shame. You can see me in the Dexter costume, though. I posted it on Instagram and on my Rory Talks TikTok. The one that isn't for football. Got to get Clash Clan going for the Goon Room. Imagine it. I don't think there could be anything more tragic than me having a clan called the Goon Room on Clash Royale. Nid, welcome, welcome. Have a massive test on the 6th of November. Taking time out for this stream. Like the stream, lads. Nid, I appreciate it. Yeah, please do like the stream. Subscribe if you're not already. By the way, we only just hit 25k. We're already 300 into the next, so we're cruising towards 26,000 subscribers, which is amazing. How much do you think the traveling we have to do in the next 7 days will affect us? I do think it is a factor. I think it's a factor. Actually, shout out to I think his name was Isaac. I spoke to someone after the Brighton game who watches the streams, so shout out for that. And he said he's going away to Burnley and Prague and Sunderland. That is impressive. YouTube Shorts are helping. Yeah, we're trying. We're trying. I will unretire from Clash to join the Goon Room. J Bob, thank you very, very much for the $2. We'll see. We'll see if that happens. Papa Pincus is R9. They were old pictures, right? That's not Papa Pincus now. I'm certain those R9 pictures of Papa Pincus were old. He looked like a child still. Are we premature in assuming that we will beat Chelsea's defensive record? Very premature, in my opinion. In my opinion, as the season goes on, games and teams begin to open up. You know, one thing that people keep saying about this Arsenal team, about how boring we are, yada, yada, yada. Teams at this stage of the season are way more structured and committed in every single game because no one's tired yet, right? You think about you look at 23-24 as the season. You know how in the second half of it was when we started battering teams 5-0, 4-0, 6-0, whatever. A part of that is because those teams at that stage of the season, you're getting tired, and that will happen to Arsenal, and we will start conceding goals. In my opinion, I would love it. I would love it if we didn't. If we could take that record off Chelsea, it would be phenomenal. But it's so difficult to do. And I think, by the way, Chelsea actually made it to 10, maybe 11 Premier League games where they had only conceded 3 goals. So even though we're technically ahead of them in terms of goals per game conceded right now, again, Chelsea conceded more goals as the season went on as well. So, look. We've got an incredible defense, but I've always said, and I've made videos in the past, so I have to stand by it. I've always said I don't think that record will ever be beaten, and yeah, I stand by it. But look, let's get into conference. which he gave today. Nothing crazy coming out of it. So he was asked if there's any new injury news. He said, no, I think we have the same ones. Martinelli is still out, and Saliba, we have to wait and see. We have another training session this afternoon, and the rest are still getting closer, I think in the right direction, but not available yet. Now, Martinelli, I'm beginning to feel Martinelli will probably be out until the international break. Like, effectively, that's only one more week from now. And the thing is, Arsenal can look at it and go, okay, maybe if Trossard gets injured and we need Martinelli, they go, okay, we'll bring him back. But I think if we don't need him, they'll just go, look, he's got an injury now. There's an international break. Let's keep him out until then. And I'd imagine that is the same with Madueke, Havertz, Ødegaard, all of that lot. The one different one is Saliba. Now, the fact that he said Saliba, we have to wait and see. I think Saliba might be available for this game, to be honest with you. Because, again, otherwise, he'd have been in the same boat. If Saliba definitely wasn't going to be available for this game, then they'd have gone, well, there's no point taking him to Slavia Prague, and then it's one game against Sunderland, or we could keep him out and then hold him back from international duty. So the fact that he said that, I think Saliba would be back. He said the timeline on Martinelli, we don't know yet, but it's going to this game's going to come too early for him. So, yeah, he's not going to be there. The timeline for Havertz, Madueke, Ødegaard, and Jesus, I would say weeks, and some of them pretty soon, hopefully, if they keep evolving the way that they are. It's difficult to put a game. You know that we have the international break, which is a 2-week break there. And after that, I think we'll have some of them back. I don't know if it's going to be all of them, some of them, but we'll be quite close by then. So that's good. I mean, in a dream world, I think someone asked it later on, actually, potentially. Or maybe not. I thought someone did specifically ask. Yes, here you go. On whether or not Madueke, Kai Havertz and Martin Ødegaard will be back for the North London derby. Now, that is the first game back after the international break. He said, I'm excited because they are tremendous players. I see them work every single day, how desperate they are to be part of the team, the huge boost that's going to be for the squad to have those players available again after such a long time. I'm really happy that I think it's going to be very soon. So he didn't specifically say yes, but part of me is thinking that they are all going to be back straight after the international break, which is ideal. The intro beat is fire. You love to see it. Saliba's had a few knocks this year. I believe this is the same one. I believe that this is still his ankle, which he rolled before the Liverpool game. So, yeah, that's pretty much it. In terms of the press conference, he was then asked some general things. How competitive the season is, keeping momentum going. I do think this is really important, actually. Keeping this momentum going, like 3 wins from 3 now would make it, how many games without a defeat would that be at that point? Like 10 games without a defeat, would it be? More than that even. No, how many have we done? We've done 6. How many games have we done? No, we've done 7 since we lost. No, how many have we done since Liverpool? I don't know. It'd be a lot of games. 11, yeah. So to continue doing that, I just think keep the momentum going. Everyone seems happy. We've got players now coming back from injury. Obviously, if we can avoid picking up any further ones, we're going to have such a strong squad. For the first time ever, I feel like, I want to be in the Carabao Cup. Because actually, I'm looking at it going, those games are going to be really important for certain players that need minutes. Like, we're not at the point of, oh, God, we've got to play these players and they might get injured and it's fixture congestion. It's actually, no, we really actually need the extra games that maybe don't matter so much so that we can play the whole squad and keep everyone fairly happy. So, yeah, I think we're in a really strong position right now. Do you think Havertz, Ødegaard or Madueke will be back before the international break? No, based on the way the thing is exactly what I said about Martinelli. The club will do everything they can not to bring them back before the international break, because if they come back before the international break, they'll want to go on international duty. Madueke will be desperate to be with the England squad for the international break because he's running out of time to nail down his spot in the World Cup squad. Kai Havertz will be in the German squad, but Voltemada has suddenly emerged as potentially their starting striker. Martin Ødegaard, slightly different one. Norway are on the verge of qualifying for the World Cup for the first time in 30 years. They need to beat Estonia and or Italy to make that happen. So he'll want to be there to do that. So, but I think with all of them, they will. The club will try and hold them back, which makes sense. Ødegaard walks back into the team, right? In my opinion, yeah. But not for every game. This is the thing, right? But yeah, for me, for the important games, Ødegaard walking back into the team kind of disrespects Eze. But yeah, for me, I think like Ødegaard's ability to control the games, the way that Ødegaard was getting the best out of Gyökeres, in my opinion, was really impressive and important. And I think there will just be more games where you can play Ødegaard and Eze. Like, this isn't a case of, is it Ødegaard or is it Eze? It's, you know, I want to see midfields that are Zubimendi, Rice, and Ødegaard. I want to see Zubimendi, Eze, Ødegaard. I want to see Zubimendi, Rice, Eze still, because I think that works. And also, yeah, Eze off the left-hand side as well. So, yeah, there's plenty going on. Would you play Andre Harriman-Anus in the Carabao Cup quarter-final? Well, yeah, because I made a video, and if you didn't see the short video of it yesterday, Palace are screwed. Palace, for our game, as it stands, and it seems like it is going to go ahead, Palace are going to play Man City on the 14th, us on the 16th, and KUPS, which is, I don't even know where they're from, a Europa Conference League game on the 18th. So 14th, 16th, 18th, they physically cannot name a strong team in all three of those games. And the only one it makes sense for them to heavily rotate is our game. Because otherwise they would have to, like, you cannot play the same 11 or a strong 11 twice in the space of 3 days. You cannot play players with 1 day rest. And so it makes the most sense to go normal team against City, normal team in the European game, and not in the Arsenal game. Because if they do go strong team Arsenal game, they can't have had a strong team in either the City or the European game, so they'd be thrown too. So yeah, for me, I think we fully rotate. Actually, I'm going to correct myself. By the time we play that game, assuming Kai Havertz is back and fit, and Gyökeres is back and fit, well, not back and fit, is just fit, and Jesus is back and fit, actually Harriman-Anus probably doesn't play because we need to give those minutes to other players. So, but I think we'll heavily rotate for that game. I just doubt Harriman-Anus plays. Unless we've got more injuries in that area of the pitch again. Only 1 day between games is ridiculous. Yeah, look, it's going to benefit us. Factually, it's going to benefit us. I do think it's a joke in terms of like general football. I think it's a joke. Like, it's the quarterfinal. And this is where, and I've had arguments with people that insist to me that the Carabao Cup is just as important as any other trophy, and you should have to want to win it, and you should never want to throw it because it's a trophy and it's so important. I'm sorry. How can you have a competition where in the quarterfinal of that competition, a team basically has to put out their B team and expect me to take it seriously? A competition which, by the way, at the start of the competition, you also separated all of the teams that were in Europe. Arsenal will have effectively, if we make it, made it to the semi-final, having not played the rounds up until the fourth round, in the fourth round being separated from all of the difficult teams, and then in the quarterfinal, playing against a team that has to massively rotate. Great for us, not a competition that you can genuinely tell me is a serious competition. It's just not. What's the possibility that Palace just forfeit the game? They probably won't because they'd be penalised. The last time this happened, I believe, was Liverpool in 2019. I think it happened to Liverpool in 2019. I remember Jurgen Klopp being understandably, like, ridiculously angry about it. And I believe Liverpool just, in whichever game it was, basically just threw out an academy team. I don't even think Klopp was at the game. So, yeah. Although I think in their case, it was literally one they didn't even have a day between them. Why is someone beeping their horn? What are you doing? People that beep their horn are the worst people on the planet, and you cannot convince me otherwise. There is zero reason for someone to be beep. You beep your horn when you need to alert someone of a danger. There is no danger on that road. Honestly, humanity. Don't get me started on it. Against Aston Villa. Yeah, I can't remember it, to be fair. You probably know better than me. Is it confirmed that Crystal Palace have to play 4 games in 8 days? Pretty much, yeah. Pretty much. The only way it won't be is if they move the Man City game to the Saturday, but I don't know if they can even do that. So, yeah. Rory, I'm on your road. There's danger. You are the danger. Liverpool should be penalised for this season as well. Why? What, for rotating in the game against Palace? I disagree. Ollie Thomas will be fuming. I know. He will be. But look, so based on what we have heard from the press conference, this, if I can just bring it up very quickly, is what I would go for in terms of a team. Now, again, I've seen people talking about rotating. I don't know what planet people are on. This is not going to be... Look, on paper, yeah, it's Burnley, right? But it's Burnley. It's away from home. It's a 3 p.m. It's a potential banana skin. And so I would be going full strength. This is going to be their team. Undoubtedly, it'll be a back five. It'll be a horrible back five with three... how would you describe those central midfielders? Athletic runners, right? People that aren't going to give you any time and space on the ball. And then a two up top. And that two up top will become a four-man midfield. Fleming will drop into right mid. And Florentino will push. And then Anthony will sit in here. So it's going to be a grim game. Now, in terms of what I would do, David Raya in goal, Jody and Timber. I would go Mosquera. Even if Saliba is fit enough, I would go Mosquera. Because I'm not worried about what Burnley offer in attack massively, right? Let's be real. You know, Jadon Anthony has looked good this season. They scored a couple of nice goals last weekend, but they're not a major threat. So I would go Mosquera, Gabriel. I would go Calafiori. I think Calafiori is a really important player in this game. I thought against Crystal Palace, because of the way that Munoz plays, Calafiori really couldn't do what he's been doing this season in terms of just going anywhere and everywhere, because you have to be so conscious of Munoz, who just aggressively stays high and wide. Kyle Walker, I don't think will do that. Kyle Walker, I think he knows he doesn't have the recovery pace to do that anymore. I would then go Zubimendi Rice. I would go Saka, Eze, Trossard. We have no choice on that. And I would go Victor Gyökeres. So this would actually be my team. So credit to FOTMob. They've nailed it with this one. This would be the team. There's no rotation there for me. You know, there's just not. I think this is an important game. I think Slavia Prague, Zubimendi's not going to play. We know that. Slavia Prague, I would play Miles Lewis-Skelly. Slavia Prague, I'd probably play Hincapié again. Would I go Ben White again as well? Maybe not fully rotating. We'll focus on that afterwards. But yeah, for this game, what else do you do? What else? The only alternative really anyway. Apologies. The PC crashed. There's a ghost in the system. That's a little Halloween reference for you. We were due... Ethan Udall nailed it. We were due a PC. That was a full-blown PC crash as well. That was a full-blown, instantly, just boom. We were gone. So apologies for that. Where was I? We had this open, didn't we? Wait, let me get this back up. Apologies for that. Apologies. I don't know what happened. Okay, we're back. What was I talking about? Try and jog my memory. What was I talking about? Slavia Prague? No, I wasn't. I did mention Slavia Prague. Did you see the frame it stopped on? I didn't see the frame it stopped on. No. Are you going to go trick or treating as Dexter tonight? No, not trick or treating. Just hosting a Halloween party where hang on, bloody half the. Right, okay, we're all good. Calafiori is important, full rotation or not. Oh no, I know what I was saying. Actually, I don't know when it crashed for you. I was saying the only real player that you could bring in would be Mikel Merino. And that makes this team less creative. So when you're looking at a Burnley side, I don't think you need to bring Mikel Merino in. Obviously, we're looking at no Martinelli, no Saliba, Odegaard, Jesus, Havertz, or Madueke. For them, Roberts, Bayer, and Amdouni are the only players missing. But yeah, so I think for us, you can rotate more against Slavia Prague. This is such an important game. Because the thing is as well, if you look at the way that the fixtures are over the weekend, right? We play at 3 p.m. If we win our game, if we win this game, we go up to 25 points before anyone else has played. So we will be at that point 10 points clear of Liverpool. We'll be 10 points clear of Liverpool at that point when they play the evening game against Aston Villa. And I think that in terms of like mentally, I think that is such a big thing. Liverpool go into that game knowing if they lose, they are 10 points behind, double digits. I think that's really good. And then in terms of the following day as well, Man City against Bournemouth. By that point, we would be 9. Would it be 9 points ahead of Man City? Yeah. How many? Are we 6 ahead of Man City at the moment? Yeah. Yeah, we are. So we'd be 9 points ahead of Man City. Again, pressure on. And depending on how that Bournemouth-Man City game goes, if we can extend our lead, Spurs have got Chelsea as well, which is a game they could drop points in. This is a weekend where we could feasibly go 6 or 7 points clear of the entire league, depending on the way that the results go. And the only way that doesn't happen, if we've won, is if Sunderland or Spurs also win, which is feasible. But then if Bournemouth win. But then if Bournemouth have won, that means that we're then 9 points clear ahead of Manchester City. So everyone's spamming 6-7. It's everywhere. I've seen Jamie O'Hara doing it. The worst 6-7. Oh, I missed the super chat as well. Oh, J-Bob, thank you very, very much for the $2. When is the Rory Gooniverse crossover? You would feel like the Goon Room and the Gooniverse have to do a crossover, wouldn't you? I don't know. I will wait, did someone gift 10 memberships? Where's that? Have I just missed that as well? Oh, it's there. Pigeonhead, thank you very, very much for gifting 10 memberships to the channel. If you have just been gifted by Pigeonhead, please do make sure to thank him in the chat. That is incredibly generous from Pigeonhead. What a legend. What an absolute legend. Congratulations to everyone who now has the special badge and has unlocked the Rory Talks emotes. Congratulations to you. And Pigeonhead, what an absolute legend. But no, yeah. What was I saying? 6-7. Thomas Frank doing it is the worst because Thomas Frank did it deliberately. You will not convince me that was not deliberate from Thomas Frank. The way that he did it's scandalous. It's scandalous. Did I miss any more? That was all of them, right? J-Bob did 2. J-Bob did 2. I missed one when I crashed. J-Bob's done $6 in total. 3 $2 ones. J-Bob, thank you very, very much. And yeah, Goon Room Gooniverse crossover. It's got to happen. It's got to happen. The problem is if I approach James and I say thoughts on a Goon Room Gooniverse crossover, I don't know how he'll receive it. So, how many Clash Royale trophies you got? 13,000. 13,000. Absolute Mega Knight Warrior as well. Thomas did the hand thing too. Yeah, he 100% did it deliberately. What if City and Bournemouth draw? Yeah, City and Bournemouth draw, that means we're 6 points ahead of City. It means if City and Bournemouth draw, had we won, it would mean it would mean we were 8 points ahead of Man City and 6 points ahead of Bournemouth. And then obviously, look, Spurs and Sunderland have got their game, so they could keep within 5 points if they won. Who have Sunderland got, actually? Sunderland have got... they don't play tomorrow. Who does Sunderland play? Who does Sunderland play? Everton on Monday Night Football at Stadium like that'd be decent. But yeah, look, we'll see what happens. Either way, win our game, and we're guaranteed to be 4 points ahead at the end of the weekend, and it could be even further. So very, very good. That's a terrible attempt at getting it. Do you know how early you've got to wake up to get me to read out a name, let alone a name that is that obvious? That's a shocking attempt from LC. Shocking. You should get guests on here like Ollie, Seb, or Ben. It would be peak. Yeah, I do want to do more with guests and stuff. I do want to do more. I'm loving this. You'll have to see it. Rory talks. But there you go. Reminder: if Arsenal win the Premier League, you're not getting £1 million. Oh, well, yeah, because I didn't put them top of that million. I don't think I'm getting that £1 million either way, because I think I had my bottom three was all three of the promoted teams. So I think I'm in danger anyway. What do I think the score will be? I think our score against Burnley will be 2-0 to Arsenal. 2-0 has been one of our favourite scorelines this season. I genuinely, I think it could be 0-0 at half-time. I think we get one around the hour mark, and then I think we get one between 80 and 90 minutes. That's what I'm going for, a 2-0. I don't think it'll be easy. I think they will be very resolute. Can you not see the emojis? No, on this thing, I can't see I can see the words, so I know which emoji it is. I know which emoji Rory Talks is, but yeah, I can't actually see them. Do you think Mosquera will start? Yeah, I think so. I think Mosquera has done enough to warrant the trust to start, and there's no point rushing Saliba, even if Saliba is available. I don't, and if it is the same problem that he's been dealing with in terms of that ankle, let it heal. Goal scorers, Bukayo Saka. I really think Bukayo Saka's scoring, and Bukayo Saka and Leandro Trossard. We'll go Saka and Trossard. I'd love Gyökeres to score, but we'll see. 3-0 to Burnley, Dubravka hat-trick. Well, put a quid on it. Ohio State is my wife. Arsenal is my mistress. Both are winning their league this year. What's Ohio State? What sport's that? What sport is Ohio State? What are your opinions on us being linked to I can't even work out what the name is, but it's not a real name. I can't even work out. I'm trying to work out what I was even going to sound like then. But American college football. Nice. It's crazy. The support that college football has in America compared to like the equivalent here is insane. Like what? Like university football? No one cares. I want to know if you see the similarities to the year that Leicester won the Prem. No, I don't think there are many similarities to the year that Leicester won the Prem, to be honest. I don't think there are that many similarities. Mainly because Arsenal were one of the favourites to win this year anyway. It's more similar to last year. This season is more similar to last season. It's just that it's Arsenal that have started well and not Liverpool, I would say. Do you really play Mega Knight? Evo Mega Knight, Evo Witch. That's the game. Saka hat-trick, would love it. I would love it. I'm literally at a football uni and no one gives a fuck about the team. No, they don't. What happened to making a new channel for general football? I realized that I don't make enough YouTube content. That was what happened. There was a plan that this channel would be just Arsenal stuff and there would be another channel for football stuff. I just don't have time to make enough football content for it. So that's what happened, basically. Unfortunately. When Leicester won, the rest dropped a lot of points. Could be the only similarity. Yeah, in that sense. But also, I think we'll get way more points than the Leicester team got. How many points did that Leicester team end up on? Like 82 or something? I think we'll get way more points than that Leicester team did. Could see Slot being under real pressure if they don't win on Saturday. Yeah, he will be. He will be. I made a video of maybe like 3 weeks ago when he started coming under a bit of pressure from Liverpool fans, and I was like, I don't think he's under any pressure, right? He won the Premier League last season, teething problems, but there does become a point genuinely where you go, okay, this is, a good manager would not be losing these games. He'd find a way to not lose all of these games. If they lose against Villa and then lose against Man City, which is genuinely not like far-fetched at this point, they would have lost 8 out of 9 games. They would be out of the title race, but also in a genuine top 4 race. They're already out of the Carabao Cup. You'd start looking at it going, this is, even last season, you look at the run that City went on. City never lost 8 out of 9 games. And even then, with the run that City were on, there were still some people saying, Pep Guardiola's in trouble here. And that was Pep Guardiola, with Pep Guardiola's history. And all of the credit in the bank that Pep Guardiola had. So, yeah, look, I think if they lose to Villa and then they lose to City, there has to be. Because the problem is, that it's not like winning the title. Maybe they don't do that back to back. That's one thing. The amount of money that they've spent in terms of new signings and also those bumper new contracts to Mo Salah and Virgil van Dijk, they kind of can't afford to drop out of the Champions League. Like, they need Champions League revenue. So then the clubs start looking at it going, okay, if we're not sure that Arne Slot's going to guarantee us top 5 here, we might have to shift him to save our skin. So, yeah, there you go. How quick can the chat get the like number to jump? 200 min. Yeah, look, there's 340 of you here. If you all clicked the like button right now, that would be crazy, wouldn't it? So, if half of you do it, that would also be great. But where's the Dexter fit? I took it off, but I obviously I'm going to put it back on. But it was I didn't really want to sit here in a long sleeve shirt and long sleeve trousers. Slot's unsackable, at least until Christmas. I disagree. If he loses against Villa, they won't sack him. If he loses against Villa and City, I don't think they'll sack him. If he then comes back after the international break and doesn't pick up points against Forest, then I think problems. When is the Rory Talks Clash Royale video coming out? Maybe I'll make it. There does seem to be a lot of interest in Clash Royale, so maybe I'll make it. I think Arne loses 3 more games. He's going to get sacked, possibly. What the hell are long sleeve trousers? Oh, did I say long sleeve trousers? I just meant trousers. They're just called trousers, aren't they? They are just called trousers. Liverpool wins tomorrow for sure. I don't know. I mean, let's have a look. You look at the form. You look at the form that Aston Villa are in, right? Aston Villa beat City. Okay, that game was a bit of a freak game in the Europa League. They beat Spurs away. Their last 2 Premier League games, they beat Spurs and City. They beat Burnley. They beat Feyenoord. They beat Fulham. They beat Bologna. They're unbeaten since the 31st of August. They've not lost a game since the 31st of August. Even during this period, their problem wasn't, other than that Palace game, their problem was not conceding goals. It was scoring them, right? In fact, if you look all season, they've only conceded 2 goals in 2 games. Go ahead Eagles game, which was a weird game, and that Villa game. Palace game, sorry. So I think, and the way that Emery manages is really he manages the opposition, right? He changes the way he sets up based on the opposition. That's the last thing Arne Slot needs right now, because Arne Slot has told the whole world exactly how you stop Liverpool. And Villa can do that. Villa can sit deep. They can sit deep with Kamara, Onana, John McGinn, and try and hit Liverpool in transition. I think they could do it. Whereas you look conversely at the form that Liverpool are in. Liverpool are in terrible form. I mean, you look at this. Take out that Frankfurt game. It's shocking. And even games before that, like, realistically, they scraped Everton. They scraped Southampton. They're not going to have Isak back still. I don't know. I think it's very possible that they drop points to Villa. Very possible. We play Villa twice within the space of 4 weeks, which could be tricky. Yeah, we do. We've got a tricky period over Christmas, to be fair. We play Villa, we play Bournemouth, we play Liverpool. It gets a bit tricky during that time. But the good thing is we've got the depth, you know. Do you think it's funny how we played Liverpool just before their downfall and played Man City just before their downfall? Yeah, I mean, to be honest, that losing that game to Liverpool still really, really irritates me. Really irritates me. I actually think, like, if we played them now, I think we'd smoke them. Arna needs to get his shit together in the international break because guess what? After that, they have long balls and Sean Dyche. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Even when they come back after the international break, they've got... by the way, they've also got a Real Madrid game between those two, which is tough. Forest, okay, West Ham away, Sunderland, 8:15 on a Wednesday. I mean, to be fair, I won't bullshit. They do have a period here where they should be picking up wins. Oh wait, it's not on the screen anymore. This period here after the international break, Forest at home, Eindhoven at home, West Ham, who are terrible, Sunderland at home, they still should win as good as Sunderland have been. Leeds, they should beat. Yeah, that period is nicer for them, to be fair. But you never know. You never know. Can't believe you let us all down by losing a Clash Royale game to Seb. Yeah, I'll be real. I was fuming at myself for leaving. I shouldn't have lost the game. I shouldn't have lost that game to Seb. I was fuming. Absolutely fuming. I'm cautious, but I think we would beat anyone right now. But that's why I'm really excited for the Bayern game. Really excited for the Bayern game. Well, actually, I think that period after the international break, we should beat Burnley, we should beat Slavia Prague, we should beat Sunderland. That period, that 3 games after the international break, if you go Spurs, Bayern, Chelsea, and you win those, then I think you're going, okay, this is the season. I just clocked with Havertz, Saliba, Martinelli out. Our season would have been done in October last season. Yeah, we'd have been struggling so badly right now. With the injuries that we've got right now, if we didn't buy Gyökeres, who would be up front? If we didn't buy Mosquera, who would be at right centre-back? Because Ben White has struggled as well. And this is the thing. We brought depth. We didn't lose we didn't lose anyone. We didn't lose any, other than Thomas Partey. We didn't lose anyone that regularly played minutes for us last season, right? And we brought in 6... I was going to say the following number then. We brought in 6 players plus Kepa that are capable of starting games. Liverpool effectively went like for like. They lost Trent, they got Frimpong. They phased Robertson out, they got Kirkes. Maybe that's not like for like, they've added one in. They lost Diaz, they got Ekitike. They lost Darwin Nunez, they got Isak. They lost Jota, albeit very different circumstances. They got Florian Wirtz. They lost Harvey Elliott, they didn't even replace him. And I think that's the difference right now. Liverpool have got fewer injuries than us right now, and yet their squad looks paper thin because of it. And I think the argument there has to... I mean, Zinni didn't really play any minutes for us last season. If you think back to last season, like, he barely played because it was Miles Lewis-Skelly playing. So, yeah, I just think... I think the hindsight will be... And Man City did the same, by the way. Man City bought more players. I think the hindsight will be... The thing to do this summer just gone was to get depth rather than blow your whole budget on replacements. Liverpool's fault they didn't sign any centre-backs. We're fully messing around with Isak and not... Well, yeah, and also defensive midfield. Ryan Gravenberch technically was never a 6. They just started using him as a 6 and it worked. And then you had Endo, who Arne Slot never liked using. And they still never went out and got a 6. And then Gravenberch gets injured because he played every minute last season, pretty much. Yeah, Jakub Kivior, I suppose. Jakub Kivior, I suppose you could argue. He did, yeah. not even you could argue. Jakub Kivior played minutes when Gabriel was injured. So yeah, Jakub Kivior as well. Agume was there for the taking, stupid Liverpool. But Norgard was there for the taking if he'd wanted it, if they'd wanted it. They signed Leone, but he did his ACL. Yeah. Yes and no. I don't know if Leone was ever actually destined to play many minutes this season. I guess you could put him in the same bracket as Mosquera for us, I suppose. But yeah. I think they made a mistake. I think when you looked at the way that injuries decimated Arsenal last season, and to an extent Man City, to be honest, I think not buying depth was a mistake from them. Look, anyway, this is going to be the end of the stream. I massively apologize. I forgot to get a quiz question ready. So there is no quiz question, and I need to go and prepare for this Halloween party. So I'm going to love you and leave you there. I'm not going to be live for the Burnley game tomorrow either because I'm going to be hungover. I've got to just be honest with myself. I'm going to be hungover. So there will be a match reaction after the Burnley game on the channel tomorrow. So subscribe for that. Please do like this stream before you jump off. Enjoy your Halloween if you're doing anything. If not, it's a Friday night. It's the weekend. You'll love to see it. I appreciate you all for watching. And I will catch you tomorrow, hopefully, after another 3 points in the bag. But until then,